In today's session, we are going to see what is VPC Flow Logs, when to use them, and what are the different type of informations that you can collect in Flow Logs for your investigations when you're collecting them. So when you're talking about Flow Logs, it is an agentless log collection mechanism, and it collects all the logs that are generated in your VPC, and you can also go to granular level also. You can configure a log collection at a network interface level, or you can go ahead and configure it to collect logs at a subnet level. When I say logs, it is nothing but the IP traffic that is flowing through that interface or that subnet or that VPC. All that packets, whether it is accepted or rejected by a security group, everything will be logged and put into your log group or in a storage mechanism like S3, so that you can process it for analyzing what kind of traffic is coming in, what kind of traffic is being rejected, and whether there is any malicious attempts to log into your resources. So all this information can be derived from your flow logs, and it is quite very much useful when you're trying to troubleshoot internet connectivity or network connectivity within your VPC, or when you're trying to connect it to your on-premise networks. The typical way to set up here is shown as in screenshots. We'll go ahead and do it as well, but quickly let us see what is required to set up a flow logs. Whenever you create a VPC, in the bottom part of the panel you will have 3 tabs, and one of them is going to show you as a flow logs. So when you set it up at this level, it is going to collect all the information that is generated by all the resources inside your VPC. If you remember, a VPC can have quite a lot of resources. If you choose a CID, a range of /16, you will have 65,000 IP addresses, and even if I say like 25% of them are occupied, that is like 15,000 servers that you have there, and all of them generating logs is going to be quite huge. So when you're choosing flow logs, choose where you want to log it so that you can analyze it, whether you want all the traffic or check on a particular server where you have issues, or check on a particular subnet level where you want to analyze the flow. So in this example, it is shown at VPC level, and if we go forward, you can see here that flow logs, the log group where the log will be stored. The CloudWatch log group is the location where you will go ahead and see where the log groups are, the packets are stored. And then you will also need an IAM role for this activity to happen, because you are going to monitor all the packets, and for that AWS needs special permissions, and automatically you can create an IAM role, or you can go ahead and set up a manual role and attach that IAM role to the flow logs to monitor it. And typically the logs will look something like that on the top, as you have seen here. You will have this IP address, you will have the UDP port number, and whether the traffic is accepted or rejected. There is a syntax for the way the log has been organized. Let us go ahead and see that now. So you can see here, this is how the log format is, something like the account number followed by the interface, source IP, destination IP, source port, what's the protocol the incoming packet came in, and how many packets came in, what was the number of bytes that packet had as entire transaction or the entire session for that entry, and then the start time and end time, and finally whether your security group is accepting or rejecting that traffic. So all this information are collected by your VPC flow logs, and then you can go ahead and analyze them in your dashboard. So typically CloudWatch dashboard for analysis for this flow logs is not rich. In that case, you cannot make charts, you cannot make graphs out of it. It's not very user friendly, I would say, in terms of richness, but it is quite useful as well. So people, what they do is typically they collect the flow logs, send it to their data processing system like Splunk or Datadog or some other third-party system. You can use even Elasticsearch as well, and then you can see what is accepted, what is rejected, what is the maximum number of reject IP addresses, malicious attempts, and all those things. Let's go ahead and see how to set it up in our account. So I am in my VPC dashboard now, and I have selected the VPC that I am interested in monitoring. And if you select that VPC, in the bottom panel you have summary, flow logs, and CIDR blocks and tags. Under flow logs, you can see here nothing is configured. So let us go ahead and set up flow logs for this VPC. So all you have to do is go ahead, choose this create flow log option, and it's going to ask you whether you want to log all traffic or accepted traffic or only reject traffic. Let us say I want to accept all the traffic, and next is the IAM role that will be required to set it up. Let us assume that I don't have an IAM role here, and then I need to create a new IAM role. So click on setup permissions, and it's going to pre-populate the policy and the necessary permissions, and it's just going to ask me whether I'm okay with that policy or not. Here we go, you got the policy here. If I go ahead and open this policy document here, you can see here this is a creating log group. It has permissions for describing it, pulling log events, and it is having an access to monitor all the events that is happening there. I'm just going to click on allow. And it will go back to the VPC Flow Logs terminal. What I am going to do is I'm just going back to the previous terminal where we were launching a Flow Logs. I'm just going to choose the one here we just now created. Here if I scroll down, we will find something called as Flow Logs role. So I'm going to select that one we just now created. Next is destination log group. Again, if you want a new log group, you can go ahead and create it and come back. I'm going to show you how to do that of your own. Since my account already has few flow logs, it is showing up here, but if it is a new account where there is no flow logs configured or log groups configured, it will be empty. So the way to do the log group is you need to do it in CloudWatch. I'm going to take you to CloudWatch now. And CloudWatch, on the left hand side of your panel, you will find log groups. Let us go ahead and open that. See here, there are logs there. Click on logs, and these are the ones that are already in my account. I'm going to set up a new one. So click on actions, click on create log, and call it Flow Logs demo. Create log group now. So that's it, my log group is created, and I can go back to my VPC Flow Log section and then click on this tab, and it will show me the Flow Logs log group that we just now set up. Select that one, click on create Flow Logs. That is all you have to do for setting up your Flow Logs. But as of now, I don't know whether there is a resource in my VPC which is generating traffic or not. So there is a possibility that my Flow Logs will not generate any traffic. So the best way to check it out whether it is working or not, we will go ahead and start a server in our VPC and ping that server through the public IP address and generate some traffic. And there is usually a delay of at least 5 to 10 minutes for the logs to show up in our Flow Logs log panel. So meanwhile, we'll go ahead and set up our resource. I'm just going to go to EC2. Let's go and launch an instance. I'm going to select the VPC where I have set up the monitoring. I need a public IP address so that we can ping that server, and I will need a role also so that I can copy some files. So that is done. Let us go add storage, add keys. I will need port 80, especially because if we want to ping the server, we will need port 80 there. Go ahead, review, launch, and launch instance. So my server is getting launching. Let me grab the public IP address and keep it ready. In this case, our domain name also should be suffice. I'm just going to try my luck and see whether the server has come up or not. So there we go, my site is up and running, and we should be able to pick up this information in my flow logs. But remember, it is not exactly real-time log management. That is, the logs are collected, but the logs will not show up in your log group in near real time. It will take some time for it to show up in your log group. So this is how some of the older logs look like. I'm waiting for my logs to appear on my dashboard. So meanwhile, I'm just opening some of the old logs. So if I go ahead and open this traffic, it gives me the account ID, the interface, the source IP, destination IP, and then the port, protocol, and bytes size. This is the date, start time, end time, whether accepted or rejected. So I can go ahead and do simple filtering here. Let us say I want to do only reject traffic, and I can just go ahead and search for that. And if you see here on the right hand side of your screen, all the reject traffic are filtered out and shown for me. Or if I want to pick up a traffic from a particular IP address, then I can just go ahead and pick, let us say I want to pick up all the traffic from this IP address. Just go ahead and filter it. Typically people do this in a more richer dashboard using Splunk or Datadog or ES, but CloudWatch dashboard is enough for basic troubleshooting. Quickly you can come and filter by certain parameters, and then you can troubleshoot based on that. Or if you are looking for, say I want to understand what is my private instance, and then what is all the traffic that is happening in my private instance, just come and put in your private IP address and it will show all the traffic that is happening here. And of course here I have not seen whether I can filter by AND or OR parameters. Let me go ahead and try it. This is what you can do it in a data management system, log management system. So the OR filter is not working, AND or OR. Nope, I don't have any advanced searches available here. So that is how it works, flow logs. Let us wait for some time for the actual logs to appear. So here is my actual logs for my interface here. If I go here and where are my network interfaces, here you can find that this ENI 9901, it appears here, ENI 9901. Go ahead and open it and it should show all the traffic. I'm just going to find out what is my IP. So I'm just going to take this IP address, put it into the browser window and see how much traffic I have generated in my flow logs. So you can see here all this traffic, whether it is a source or destination, has this IP address, and it is filtering all of them and shows it to me. So if you have a server name, you can go ahead and ping that server name and find out whether the security group is allowing or rejecting and all those things. Let us see if there is any reject on this flow logs. Yeah, looks like somebody has been trying to hack into my server. You can see here there is a 445 hit. Somebody is trying to access it with a higher port and all those things. Whenever you open a open a server for a public access, you can be guaranteed that somebody will be trying to telnet or use a NTP protocol to get into your server. It's almost guaranteed. So that is why you need to rely on your security group to filter all the traffic and secure your systems. That's it for flow logs. If you have any questions, let me know now.